Hello everybody, welcome back. This is going to be another multiplayer Dwarf video for Total War Warhammer. I am the Strategy Professor. Let's go ahead and get in there. I'm going to see if I can just rapid fire, just get a couple of these going for you. Now, as I said in the last video, I am going on vacation for a week, so I'm going to be gone until about August 7th or 8th. I hope you will remain patient with me. Because I won't be able to post for the next week. But I just released a ton of Beastmen content. I should have 9 videos of those up before I leave tomorrow morning. And then I already have one multiplayer battle that I'm going to post up, and I'm going to post up another one here. I realize that multiplayer is very popular. Oh, this is the same guy that I played before. In my last episode, I'm pretty sure. I haven't queued up for like 20 minutes. I went back and watched some of the old video, tweaked my composition a little bit, and I just came back, and I'm pretty sure this is the exact same guy that I played before. So, that's interesting. Now, do watch that last video. It's Dwarf number 5 is my first video for patch 1.2, and I explain a lot about what I think about the new changes that went on. So I go in depth about the new item stuff. I go in depth about some of my different selections. So do watch that at the very beginning, the pregame. It's probably about 20 minutes long or something, but it's really in depth and just talks about why I chose this composition. This is very similar. The only thing that I changed is I took away the Slayers and I put in 2 more Dwarf Warriors. I do like the Slayers. The Slayers are fun, but I think a major problem with the Dwarves, and I'm going to try to run out into the middle again just because I know it's, first of all, it's not the most efficient. I'm going to just say that straight up. If this was a tournament and you were playing to win as much as you possibly could, you should definitely utilize an edge of the map. And the reason I've explained before is the Dwarves don't have flanking. They're extremely slow. They have relatively low vigor because they have to run around in heavy armor. So it makes no sense why you would run into the middle of the map with Dwarves in a very competitive setting. And also, you have missile superiority. You have gyrocopters that are very unique. You have cannons that are really strong for their cost. You should utilize the corner of the map. And I don't think it's cheap. There is counterplay to that with every single faction. All you have to do is get better artillery. So if you're Empire, just get 3 missile batteries. I promise you will shatter Dwarves if you get 3 missile batteries. Because, what are they going to do about that? You just get 3 missile batteries and just 4 sets of archers. And the archers will be able to shoot down the gyrocopters that come over. The missile batteries will just blow up anything they have on the ground. And then you just get Karl Franz on a mount, maybe 1 light wizard for that net of Amenthok, and then just a bunch of great swords, or even just spearmen at that point, and you're going to win. Probably. So there is a lot of counterplay to it. Just people choose not to do the counterplay. But anyways, I'm going to move to the middle of the map because I also recognize that some viewers... and it's not, I think the majority of people understand the reasoning that I'm talking about and can sympathize with that. I think it's personally really cool to have a race that's very good at ranged and that wants to use a different tactic other than throw all your units as fast as you can at them. But at the same time, I'm here for you, and I've tried to create a comp here with the Dwarves that maybe not as optimal as the corner, because what happens if you come out of the corner too, you have to have a bigger line. So you're going to have more Dwarf Warriors, which is what I've done here. So that's why I went away from the Slayers, just to protect my flanks a little bit more. Now, I do want to be as far away as possible from them, just to let my cannon shoot a lot, but I won't go into a corner. Also, if you're near the edge of the map, and their units flee, and their units are much more likely to flee than yours because you have the highest leadership in the game, I'm pretty sure, as a faction. So if they flee next to you and you're near the corner of the map, then they're going to run off the map. So I'm not going to take the corner, but I am going to have to sit in the back because, it's just what the Dwarves do. Okay, let's do this. 9. We'll make this guy 2. And I did like the torpedoes last time, so we'll try them out again. So you obviously want to keep your units pretty tight. Now, if he's thinking ahead, since I played this guy before, if he really wants to counter Dwarves, he should have gotten 3 of those cannons probably. The way you would do this with Chaos is you'd run 3 cannons, most likely, and have at least 2 or 3 sets of those axe-throwing horsemen to counter the gyrocopters, and just outrange me and make me run to him. But I do think the reason I got more Dwarf Warriors instead of Slayers, I didn't explain that super well before we get going here, is because the Dwarf Warriors scale extremely well with those 2 items that I talked about in the last video. So they scale very well with the items. Okay, so he has multiple axe things, so let's see what he's got here. What? Fire. Okay, so he has pretty close to what I said would be very good against me. So this is pretty good. Let's go ahead and start firing on them. So he has 2 cannons and a bunch of axe throwers. But he doesn't have the axe throwers over here. Now this is a little on the dangerous side. Now he's a little light on the infantry though, so I'm going to stay away from those axe throwers. I'm going to gun him down, and I'm going to try to see like, now these troll torpedoes and the gunners here are going to be very good against the axe throwers. Also because I have that missile resistance rune or whatever. Okay, I'm actually going to come back here because he is doing some weird things. Like he's stepping up with his fire wizard, which is kind of weird, but it's okay. Okay, so those troll torpedoes just wrecked him, I think. So if he wants to sit here and trade shots with me, I'm okay with that. So I just want to fan out. I could try to charge him. Oh, I forgot I am rendering a video right now, so hopefully it doesn't make it lag too much. I haven't lagged that much yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cast this. Okay, so he's running. We're good with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and start firing on his main units here. So he's trying to get around and get to my cannons. I think he's spending a bit too much time on that, so he is able to kite me a little bit here. I'll try to get back over here. So he's doing kind of what these annoying little units do. I hate these things in the campaign. Like any sort of skirmisher units are extremely annoying. See, I'm running very slow now. Now his cannons are creeping up to me. Actually, you know, I want to aim for his lord with the cannon. Actually, I'm better served just facing up because I'm not going to get away from him, so I might as well just face up. Okay, so now we should be able to destroy him. Actually, let's just go ahead and drop some bombs on him. Okay, so that should about do it there. What's going on over here? Okay, so we're engaged in combat here. He managed to sneak one through here. So you notice they ran off the map immediately because they're very close to me. Come on. Like what is going on here? Is it lagging? Oh jeez. Hopefully I'm not lagging out. I totally forgot I'm rendering that video. Let me just see here. I don't want to cancel it though. It's already partially. Let me get back in here and just see. Hopefully it's not lagging. Oh, he left. Okay. So that's it. We didn't miss anything major here. I think I'm still going to publish it. That was just him leaving. That's why it was locked like that, I think. So even though I am uploading on YouTube, I don't think it was that laggy there. So he just left. He just got stomped. I really don't. I mean, I'm not a super great multiplayer, but this guy, it just feels kind of bad when I beat him the last couple of games. I mean, the first time I mismicroed so poorly, like I had my lords chase demigrifts across the entire map before I noticed it. But he was pretty much done. I mean, at this point, I guess these are probably just normal chaos, not even chaos warriors, just the marauders, I would suspect. Now his composition was pretty good, I think, to counter mine. He had the axe throwers to counter the gyrocopters, and he had his own cannon over here. But the problem is, and there's a chance I should get an engineer with this composition somewhere. Maybe I'll think about that if I can squeeze an engineer in somewhere, so that I can fire my cannons faster and get more superiority. But that costs a lot of gold for that. I don't know. But so he had the cannons. I would get, if I was Chaos, I would get one more cannon, if you can, just to make sure that you have absolute missile superiority. And you hold these guys back. There's no reason to bring these axe throwers up this far. Like, you cannot let them go toe-to-toe with Thunderers, or definitely not Troll Torpedo Slingers. So that's quite a lot of axe throwers. Maybe take out a couple of them. I think just having like maybe 4 axe throwers would be sufficient, because the axe throwers themselves can counter these gyrocopters, but they can't counter, but they can just get eaten alive by troll torpedoes and quarrelers. So the 3 cannons would make me come to him a lot faster. I also think he needs a good combat lord that can fly. I don't know what the stats on this guy are, but if he had 3 cannons and he saves these things in the back, and he just trades shots with me, my cannons on his cannons, or if he has some kind of magical spell, and he can just like run up here with his lord fairly quickly and cast the spell on the mortars, or on the cannons, I think that could be good. So I don't really know what fire it has. I guess some kind of comet or something. I don't know. Just if he can run up and just cast one of those AoE spells, something that has a good range and can snipe out my cannons and just aim for my cannons with his cannons, you know, I think ultimately he could win that and force me to come to him. And when I come to him with all of those units, he could use the axe throwers to take down the or to try to take down the gyrocopters, and he could use, just try to bash through my front line with his. If he had something like Chaos Warriors, I think he could do it. I mean, Chaos is really weak. They were weak in the last patch, and they might still be weak in this patch. But I think the key is you have to have multiple cannons, and maybe 2 or 3 of these, as I said, and just have some kind of spell on a fast mounted lord that you could run up with and attack, and just like cast it on the cannon from a pretty good distance, and then run away. You can escort your lord with the marauders. The thing is, you don't want these marauders to be just sitting here like trading shots with most probably any kind of missile unit they have. So not Thunderers, not Quarrelers. You don't want to do that like he did it. So he had the right idea in mind, I think. He just executed it poorly. I mean, he was basically just suiciding in here to kill the cannons when he really didn't have to. I mean, I have 2 cannons, he has 2 cannons, and I think they're at least as good as each other. His might even be stronger than mine. His are guided, right? So these things have much better accuracy, I'm pretty sure, than my cannons. So I think if he just sat there and just like shot me with his cannons, I think he would win that battle. There's really no reason for him to have to come up on me like that. He should have saved his marauders to use against my gyrocopters. I mean, the cannons are pretty good against gyrocopters too. But that's what you want to do against dwarves. You want artillery superiority against the kind of dwarf composition I'm running, at least. You want artillery superiority and just some way to protect your artillery from the gyrocopters. And then once they come to you, you have a game plan for how you can just beat them up in a normal fight. They're probably already going to be tired because they're going to have run across the entire battlefield. And because I invested so many points in gyrocopters and cannons, if you negate those by having better missile superiority, then you can beat them. So this is definitely beatable. But, okay, that's going to be it for this episode. Let me go ahead and get out of here. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, check out my other multiplayer battles. Patch 1.2 starts with episode 5 for the dwarves. And I explain a lot, like I said, about just my initial thoughts about a lot of the patch, what's changed, what's good, what's effective, and yeah, that's going to be it. So if you enjoyed this episode, go watch that. Go watch some of the legendary campaigns that I have going on. We have lots of great content going there. We also have a League of Legends it's not a sub channel, just a League of Legends series. That's the word I'm looking for. A League of Legends series going where I try to get to Diamond by playing support every single game. So I'm only Platinum right now. I don't have a dedicated duo queue. I just solo queue almost all of my games, and I try to just prove that with good strategic thinking, you can get to Diamond with any role, not just with support. So I think it's useful even if you don't main support. And then I also have some educational videos that teach you how to write better essays, be more persuasive, write better cover letters, just get the kind of jobs that you want to get into the university you want to get into, and get the kind of scholarship that you would like to get. So I don't have a ton there with education yet, but I'm going to have a lot in the near future. So anything you can do, if you watch all those and you enjoy it, if you can like, subscribe, comment, just tell your friends, just watch more videos, any way that you can interact with the videos just helps out a ton because I'm still a relatively new channel. So I think a lot of people would like my content. I just don't think they may know that my content exists yet because there's just so many other videos out there on YouTube. So anything that you can do to interact with the videos just helps a ton. It helps YouTube recognize we have good content here. And I appreciate it a ton. Sincerely, I really do. And so do the other people that are able to find my channel because of your interactions with the videos. They'll never tell you that, but you can just rest assured that if people come to this channel, there's a high probability that it's because people just like you interacted with the videos in some way to let YouTube know that it's a good channel, so that it showed up in their search engine when they're looking for, good dwarf campaign or legendary dwarf campaign or good multiplayer battles, something like that. It shows up because of your interactions. They'll be able to find this page. So thank you very much for that. All right. And it's always a pleasure broadcasting for you. I had a wonderful time. I hope you had a great time as well. Don't forget I'm on vacation for a week, so I haven't forgotten you. I haven't abandoned you. I will be back. But until next time, have a wonderful evening.